Hi, my name is Lee. Today we're going to talk about creating your own custom fixture for Freestyler DMX. Let's go ahead and get started. First things first, if you have not already installed Freestyler DMX, go out to their website, freestylerdmx.be, and it'll bring you to a page like this, and look for that green download Freestyler button and go ahead and click on that and get it downloaded. And once we've got that done, go ahead and go to your start menu, and we're going to go look for Freestyler. We're not going to open Freestyler itself up quite yet. Instead, what we're looking for is Fixture Creator. So go ahead and click on that and open it up. Fixture Creator is what we use to be able to modify any fixtures settings, as well as create custom fixtures like what we're going to do now. And this is why it asks us to open up a fixture. Since we're not editing an already existing fixture, we're going to go ahead and close this out. The next thing here is we're going to need some information about your current light fixture. Normally, when you buy a light, it comes with a manual, and inside the manual gives you the different settings for what you need for DMX. So go ahead and locate that. If you can't find your physical copy, go out to the manufacturer's website, and normally you can find an online manual there. First thing we're going to do is under manufacturer, we're going to go ahead and enter in that. My particular light is an OPPSK. And the fixture name, I'm going to call it a mini LED par. And there is an option for a picture. I'm not worried about putting one of those in. You can if that is what you want. But the next piece of information that we do need is the total channels that your light is going to utilize. Your light may have different modes like mine does. Mine can run under the 8 channels that it's configured to do right now, or it can use 3 channels, 5 channels. It just depends on how much controllability you need for your light. So I'm going to go ahead and put 8 channels in. And since this is a static non-movable light, I don't need anything else on this page. So I'm going to go to the channel description page and go ahead and fill this out. One of those extra channels that you might want is a mode channel. That takes and gives you some preset programs that are already in your light that you can utilize from your DMX controller. What I am doing here as I'm listing each of these channels is, you'll notice under default I'm putting 0. DMX channels run from 0 to 255 for values, and 0 being all the way off with 255 being all the way on. By default, typically you're going to set it to 0, and that's what I want to do here. And just give me a moment here as I get the rest of these entered in. Channel 4 on my light is where we're finally getting to the necessities. Brightness, red, green, blue, and in my case I have ultraviolet on this light as well. The minimum channels that you need to be able to run your light through DMX are each color. So if you have just an RGB par light, you're going to need red, green, and blue channels. Sometimes you also can take it into 4 channels and add the brightness to it, or the intensity, as some fixtures call it. And now that I've got all 8 of my channels defined here, that's it. That's all I need to do to make just a standard LED par light work. So now I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to hit Save. By default, it takes your fixture name and that becomes the file name. But what I like to do is I like to preface this with the manufacturer, just to make it easier. As if you look through this list, you'll see, for instance, like American DJ has several lights out here, and you know that it's an American DJ because that's the first part of the file name. So now that I've got my file name set up, I'm going to click Save here. And with that saved, we have our fixture taken care of. If you have more fixtures to load, feel free to go ahead and add those. And I'm going to go ahead and close out of the Fixture Creator. Next thing is I'm going to go back to the Start menu, and we're going to go back down to Freestyler. And this time we are going to open up Freestyler itself. So locate Freestyler and click on that to open it. And this will take a moment for this to be able to come up. Now it's asking me if I want to continue in demo mode since no interface is selected for Universe 2. No, I don't want to be in demo mode. Freestyler DMX allows you to run two different universes, which is not necessary for what we're doing. I do not have nearly enough lights to be able to fill out even one universe. So we're going to just leave the Universe 2 alone, and Universe 1, this under setup asks us what our DMX controller is. There are several different options here, and you just need to find which one is compatible with your particular controller. Mine is an Intech Open DMX, so I have that selected and have it pointed to the correct USB device. And therefore I'm going to go ahead and click Save here. Okay, with that being done, hopefully our DMX controller is now configured to work within Freestyler. And the next thing we're going to want to do is go up to Setup on the top menu there, and we're looking for Add Remove Fixtures. If you remember, we set a manufacturer for our light, and I'm looking here for OPPSK. And I'm going to double click that, so that will show me the different fixtures that are available under that manufacturer. And Mini LED PAR is what I'm looking for. And I'm going to go ahead and click this right arrow here, which is for Add Fixture. If you'll notice, there are a few settings here. Start at row, we're going to leave that at 1. The number of fixtures that we're going to do, although I've only got one light connected right now, I'm going to show you how easy it is to do more than one light at a time. Let's say you have 4 of these lights and you want to run them each separately. You can go ahead and put in 4 there. Universe, like I said, we're staying in Universe 1, so that stays the same. And the start address is the important thing here. If you which we'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to leave that at channel 1 for the start address. Add fixtures to zone 1, that's what we're going to leave this on as well. Enable addressing, and if you want your lights to be in a group, a convenient group, you can leave that auto create group. That's fine. I'm going to leave that for this demo and click add. You'll now see that we have 4 instances of the same fixture loaded here, and they each here show you what the address is. For instance, this one says 1:1 through 8. It means it starts on channel 1 and it goes through channel 8. The next one here is 9 through 16 and it starts on 9. Then 17 through 24 and 25 through 32. And when I click on each one of these, if you also notice, there is settings for dip switches. If your lights or possibly a dimmer pack use dimmer switches, that's how you can set that. That lets you know which ones are on and off. If you're using a newer light that doesn't have dip switches, for instance, my light here, this is my PAR light, go ahead and make sure your light's on, plugged in. On them, and then I just hit menu so I can see what this is set to, which right now you're seeing a D001. That D stands for DMX and 001 is the channel. Now if you hit menu, you're going to find that there are some other options here that are built into your light, which those are all great for standalone, or if you're using a master slave option without using Freestyler DMX, that's fine. But what we want is to cycle through the modes here until we get to D001. And you can go up or down arrows, and once you've got that set, then you're going to hit the enter button, which is probably your fourth button here. And once that's done, then your light is configured for that particular channel. And I'm going to go ahead and set my light down here. Hopefully it doesn't fall off my desk. There we go. Okay, so now that we have added our light to this, I'm going to go ahead and click close. If you'll notice here on kind of the work area or desktop of Freestyler, you will see that you now have 4 lights showing here. I'm going to move my camera out of the way here so I can show this next piece. Okay, now I'm just going to select that first par because that's all I have connected right now is just one par can, but I wanted to show you how you could do multiples and how it easily helps you get them set up. Now once you have selected the lights you want to adjust, you go to the right here and this little side menu shows all of your channels that we just created in the fixture creator. First thing you're going to want to make sure is you've turned up your brightness, because if you don't turn up your brightness, it doesn't matter what any of the levels are of the other channels here because they won't show up. Now I have turned my brightness all the way up and I have selected all red, and if you'll see, my light is now showing red. Now if I add some green to it here, it's going to make it more yellow, and then with blue is going to make it white. So this now lets you set up your lights however you would like to, and that's how you set up your own custom light fixture within Freestyler DMX. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have additional questions that were not addressed here, my recommendation is that you go back to Freestyler's website, and they've got some great information for you. There's a forum, but there's also support here. And under support, you'll see that there's a Freestyler wiki, and that wiki's got all kinds of information that gives you more information about the fixture creator, Freestyler itself. Also, if you're interested in the DMX 512 protocol, which is what we're using here, it gives you all kinds of information on that, as well as some free tutorials. So with all that there, I wish you all good luck in your time with Freestyler DMX, and thanks for watching.